All right, so this is a big deal. For as long as I've been genuinely interested in music, AFI has been one of my favorite bands of all time. It's the band that really got me into alternative music in the first place. They're the band that made me want to start taking music a lot more seriously. I've been obsessed for a very long time. Hot take here. I wasn't a huge fan of the Blood album or the EP after that, The Missing Man, and not because I don't love AFI. What I think they're lacking is a producer. I think that everything up through Burials was extremely solid. Now that they don't have a producer on board, some things slip through the cracks. I think there's gold on both of those records for sure, but I think that there is bits and pieces of each song that I don't like. Little things that just I don't think would happen if there was a producer, someone who, is paid a giant amount of money to make sure those things don't slip through the cracks. Producing is really hard to do, and it's almost impossible to produce your own music. I speak from experience. My favorite record that my band has done is our newest record, but it was self-produced, and because of that, there's a lot of amateur mistakes that didn't happen on our previous two records. Shame on me for thinking I know what I'm doing. Maybe in time I'll be able to do it. And maybe in time, AFI will be able to do it. Maybe this new record is going to blow me away. But the few tracks that have been released, they're great songs. But there's bits and pieces of fodder that have found their way into the tracks. And I don't know. Let me know in the comments how you guys feel about those tracks. Like I said, I love them, but there is pieces about them that I do not like. Whereas everything before then was fucking untouchable. I loved it. My favorite AFI record being Burials. I mean, yes, it's my favorite, but I am in love with every record from Answer That all the way on. The thumbnail looks very AFI. I hope it's dark. I hope it's broody. That's really what I want. Twisted Tongues was a great AFI track. I like that path more than, say, Escape from LA. I like the dark. I like the dark and angsty. I'm a sad boy at heart, so give me something sad. So yeah. Alright, this is pretty cool. Different, but I like it. Okay, already so not what I was expecting, but I like it. There's a little bit of vocal production that I might not agree with, but I'll wait till the end. Just choices with effects and stuff. So I wasn't totally sure if they're gonna really dive into this 80s vibe. That's the vibe I got from Looking Tragic. This is kind of pushing more towards that dark, synthwave, and I'm here for it. I want to love it. It's really up to the chorus, and it's really up to the bridge for it to bring it home. I think AFI is known for having incredible bridges, pieces of music that you don't expect in the song. But I feel like we've lost that the past couple records. So I'm hoping this one has something special for us. Okay, I like this shot a lot. Give me a chorus. Okay. Okay. Wow, that was really good. That was something I've never heard from them. So interesting, very, very Cure. Lots of Robert Smith vibes here. It was a good course. It was a good, well-structured course. Nothing was lazy, and I hate sounding like I'm bashing on their last two records, but that's the feeling I've gotten, is that they've gotten lazy with a couple things, and this is painful for me to say. I'm a giant AFI fan. my first tattoo ever was an AFI tattoo. If you knew me back then, you knew how important this band was to me. It's just as I've gotten older, or I don't even think it's because I've gotten older, I think it's just the last 2 records, things slipped through the cracks. And this is good. That almost brought me to tears because I really wanted it to be good, and it's really good, really interesting, and the video's great. Fucking Adam's hair. We are here for it. We love it. It's a great video so far. Yeah. I love the synths in the background. Alright, going into course 2, so far consistency is so important for me. With a band like AFI, this is consistent. Consistent verses, hoping for a consistent chorus. Not that they have to be exactly the same. I look to AFI to have extremely catchy, gripping material. Visually, sonically, they're the whole package, that's the thing. And this is really making me jazz. This is giving me everything I want in an AFI track. And also something so unexpected, which is great. This is by far my favorite song since Aurelia, probably. Fuck yeah. Give me a good bridge. Ooh, I like that. That was great. This sounds so silly for me to be so critical like this, but take the Blood album. Every song has, to me, a lazy portion above the bridge. One of my favorite AFI tracks ever, if it didn't have this one particular note in the bridge. Or Get Dark would be one of my favorite AFI songs if it didn't have this little lazy part in the solo. It sounds like I'm being way too overcritical, but it's because I know these guys' work. I know how great they are. I know what they're capable of. I know that they write over 100 songs per record, and then they whittle it down from there, but that's dangerous. That's how lazy portions of songs stay in, and that's when you need a producer to be like, hey, let's change this part, or you know what, I don't think this part will really fit there. Let's change that out. But when you have the sole songwriter writing over 100 songs for a record, and then picking and choosing, you need some extra ears. You really do. This is a great song. I love it. I'm going to get some flack for my complaints with the other stuff, but know that I say it in love. Oof. That was great. I needed that. I really needed that song to be as good as it was. It kind of reminds me of what Aurelia did for me. Aurelia is one of the greatest AFI songs ever written. That's the one song on Blood that is just flawlessly perfect. So far, this is the one that's saving it for me. Like I said, I like the other songs. There's just little bits and pieces that I don't really connect with, and this is good. This is everything I love from AFI in one song, and so much more new. This is something that they've never released before, and I love it, man. I really did. I love these guys. They're so important to me. I'm really looking forward to Bodies. It's gonna be a great record. Let me know what you guys thought about it. Let me know if you guys are vibing the other tracks as well. I'd love to hear your opinion. That was really good.